Andrew, did you watch the stream or the list stream?
Yes.
I did not watch all of it, but I did scroll ahead to the end to do a little research.
Luke's gonna have banana head at 5.
Banana at 5.
That is the
Absolutely
craziest.
not. I can guarantee that right now to you.
That was the most hilarious thing I
He
saw.
might be at something 5, but he's not at 5.
Dude, when he did that and like I think it was Johnny like asked like when is a banana head ever been better than like beast mode or something like that.
Yeah.
And Dad started laughing. I DM'd Connor being like, dude, you need to watch this list stream because I swear Dad's just laughed like as hard as you did when Connor laughs hard.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And it was just peak.
Yeah, the best part is the like silence while teammates just can't come up with anything to say.
Yeah.
It's like, you got me there.
Bro, it's not a bracket, that's just the finals. Bro, nobody has NRG
He has
over,
NRG winning? Oh my
over KC in
word.
the finals. That looks pretty comparable to mine.
I'm about to say that actually looks very
Yes, I hate
similar
ultimate.
to mine
He has
too.
ultimates 9 to 11.
NRG winning is insane. There's no way. No way.
Let's just say you guys might hate me. I have an absolute bold take that is probably the worst take out of everybody here.
For the winner?
No, the winner is still K Corp.
Yes, I
Well, they
hate
get second.
ultimates. That's true. And yes, I'm not confident SSG that either are gonna pop up or suck.
No matter what, I have SSG losing the first round.
I don't even remember where
You have SSG losing to Ultimates?
In the first round, yeah.
Brother, Ultimates
I
hasn't
do
beaten
too, actually.
SSG.
But it's
I
also
have
on
it-
land.
I'm
And
about
I
to
just
say,
think,
Space
like,
Station
there will be
doesn't have
some
enough
bleh.
experience.
You think they care?
Dog.
No, they don't care.
Exactly. LAN, online, they don't care.
And time card.
Also, Penguin just subbed again.
Yep.
Oh, I need to do that.
Classic. Immediate. And who's Christmas Balix? Not a first time chat, so I don't know who they are, but welcome back. Might be his friend.
Following since February 10, 2025.
Might be his friend.
Penguin's been following since October 9, 2024.
So it's funny.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to only do 15 hours a week because of the youth all-nighter that we did. I have 14 and a half hours in one day.
By supposed to is like that's what you're supposedly hired for.
Or no, like max is 15. Like they say, like you're not. I think
You don't get
there's
paid
like
after
on my
that?
I don't know. We'll see. But right now I have 29 hours in 2 weeks, and I'm still working tomorrow, so that'll be interesting.
I apologize, Penguin. I have not
No, he doesn't.
felt like streaming. Nor have I been playing
This-
very interesting games for streaming.
This man is also engaged. He's the new John Steele. Did you hear John Steele got engaged?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I'm on the Messiah Esports account. Okay, well, I guess I can't sub to you.
On your phone.
I can try. I don't know if the Twitch Prime will work.
Oh, are you on a computer right now?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm on my
So
laptop.
he's definitely. I'm about to say he's definitely on some sort of mic.
I just thought his phone sounded really good.
I just thought his phone sounded really good.
Huge.
I just thought his phone sounded really good.
Bruh.
The echo. Where is Connor?
Can't say I saw that one coming.
He's gonna be like, sorry, eating dinner.
I just ate dinner.
I also just ate dinner. I'm gonna update my Discord.
I ate dinner at 5:10 or something.
Yeah, that's what happens when your schedule is like 3 hours ahead of everybody else's.
Yeah. Wait, what? What do you mean by that?
When you wake up at 5 and go to bed at 8, 9, 10 versus waking up at 8 and going to bed at
Usually I get
12.
up at 5:45 to like 6:30ish. When on days that I do work, on days that I don't work, I get up at like 8 or 9.
Of course, I leave and he joins. Perfect.
I don't know why I didn't get the notification that you guys were calling, because I definitely should have, but whatever. Because I was gonna join whenever I saw the notification pop up, and it never did.
Oh.
All
Okay,
right.
how anybody has anyone other than Casey winning is beyond me. Reynolds does, and that's beyond me.
Drew does.
No, I know. I can see it. That's what made me say it.
Anu, did you put your list in?
I don't have a
I
list.
won't
Ultimate
lie. I do too.
I've been like traveling for the last 3 days.
Okay, that's
I
fair.
do also agree with Drew's take on SSG, where in one of my simulations I had them like losing in like the last round of Swiss, and another one I had them almost making top 4. Like, I don't know.
Right.
Oof.
What just happened?
I shifted everybody
I don't
over.
have them performing very well.
Bro.
Why
You just
not?
yoinked my list.
Because
No,
I have them
I
kind of
didn't.
drawing
Yeah, you
around
did.
of death like every time.
I moved my list
Yeah,
to the
but
front.
like,
Oh,
that's my
Like
Declan. What did you
God.
screw up this time?
He and
I
were
didn't do anything.
both-
I hit Control Z.
He and I were both trying to fix the fact that Anu doesn't have a list and put him to the end.
All right. Well, do we want to get started with other people that didn't make the list that you wanted to mention?
No. We're not doing this because 25 is the honorable mention. I'm not accepting this. We've done this every time. 25 is the honorable mention. Nothing else is said.
Hang on. I got a few honorable mentions.
Xander, no.
Can we not?
I got
This has
Olive
pissed me
Foot,
off every time.
Olive
That's the whole
Verse
point of
Pro,
25.
All right, so
Oh,
25.
Olive
Olive
Secret, Olive TSM.
25 is we got a couple of Gen G boys.
Also, okay, one thing I want to do about this specific. Wait, I can't see it. Oh, because I'm not in the document. Wait, let me actually open the document. I thought someone was going to stream it.
I mean, my stream is up, but. You should
Well,
probably
okay,
just
one thing
look
I'll
at it.
say, something to make
okay.
this
I'll just-
fun.
I'll watch the
My
stream.
art. One thing. Okay, I personally think we shouldn't have almost any defense for some of our picks, just so that like, because far too often we have moments where we're like, oh, okay, I guess that makes sense. Oh, okay, that's fine, whatever. But if we just have no reasoning as to why for like the longest time in the very end we're able to explain it, it makes it so much more fun.
I have no idea what you're saying, but I think this row is fine. So we're going
Okay,
24.
I put Magic Bear there because I put Magic Bear there. That's just
See,
where
that's
just
fine,
where
I
he
think.
is on the list. That's just where he
I
fit.
put Banana Head there because I gotta give a shout out to the best OCE player.
just not,
well,
bro.
it's just not right because that's
Not.
Fever.
That is
Oh,
Fever.
triple exotic!
Yo.
We already
sir.
got a triple? Wow.
Oh, baby, a
That's
triple.
crazy.
Maybe a triple. Anu
That's
would
know,
have
I
had
think it's
exotic
check.
there.
Why have I don't have exotic on my list.
Me neither.
Yeah, he squeaked
Okay,
in for me.
back to my
barely.
point. Don't explain what is happening with your teams until the very end, so that we can leave the chaos intact. Because
Well,
far
then
too
why
often we
don't
have
we
moments
just
where it's like,
show the whole list at one time?
Yeah, that's not as fun.
no, because then it's funny. Because then you see, I don't know, freaking LJ pop up at 1, and you get to shout at the person until you figure out why. Like,
Oh, so you
I
mean
don't
just
think
like
there
is
keep
a Y
revealing
to-
them?
no, but like, okay,
I feel like we
time
can do like
we have-
five at a time, and then we can discuss.
Okay, no, then just leave it going one by one, because
Let's
Okay.
go.
I
one
feel
by
like Declan brought this up the other day, where like sometimes like one of us will have a crazy pick and we'll shout at the person and they're like, well, I have them doing this. You're like, okay, I can see it. And like, we don't have the moments of just like, no, you're just objectively wrong. I cannot accept this.
Yeah.
That's
Except,
later.
So you mean
unless it's
just
Anu, unless it's
don't take the
Anu
time to
with LJ
explain.
at
Unless it's
20.
Anu yeah.
That was like 6 months ago.
No, that was
You deserved it.
years
That was
ago.
when he was literally. That's when he was on his absolute peak.
This was on SS. That he put it when he was
That
on
was when
SSG
Ultimates
World.
made grand final, right?
No,
No, that was
he
when
said
SS
LJ
that's
20
when
when
he
it was
almost won.
SSG.
That's
Oh.
when he almost won major MVP.
Yeah. I remember.
All right.
So that didn't age very well.
I like how
20,
I like how we have 3 exotics, but they're all spelled differently.
They
Hey,
are.
I did
No.
it correctly. I
Oh,
know that. So.
I did it
period.
correctly because I
did
copy
it
pasted
correctly.
all of mine straight from
Yeah,
Wikipedia.
same.
That's what I did.
So we got a Juicy, an Atomic with a K, and then NABs. Another double for Drew and Luke.
Yep.
Do we have no one
Anu-
has revealed yet.
What?
I just think it's funny that I can point and laugh at you and say you have no list. That's all I wanted to say.
I didn't even
no
have a
list.
laptop. I had nothing.
All right. We go 22 question mark?
Yeah.
Well, okay, hold up. Actually, Xander,
What?
I'm muted.
I guess
I'm
what
not muted. Okay.
Juicy.
On
Where? What?
land.
How do you have Gentlemates doing? How do you have Gentlemates doing?
Hang on. I'm trying not to leak
Well, I'm
anything.
just gonna
say,
say
like, what
this.
place you have.
Juicy is way too low.
7-8.
Okay, 7-8's fine. Because my take is that every time excluding the time Gentlemates won major, Juicy was the worst performer on Gentlemates. So
Well, little do you know, Connor. I also have Juicy.
oh, I know you do, because you love Gentlemates, but that doesn't change anything.
Eugen. We got a fever, a high fever. And
I have
then
a
me and Xander
feeling
kind of synchronized on Justin.
I have a feeling several people are gonna agree with me on one of my takes. And it has to do with one of the players that just showed up, but I won't spoil it yet.
I swear you used a different blue for Eugen.
I think I did.
No, it's the same blue.
I did.
No, it's different.
It looks greener.
It's different.
Oh,
I
it is.
did.
It is slightly different.
Good job, Xander. I changed
here.
it. I changed it. No!
That was the blue I had on my dock.
All right.
Also,
What's
hot
9
take.
plus 10?
Wait, actually, I'll say it later because people will figure it out later.
What's 9 plus 10?
Shut up.
Hey, we got all of SSG on here. Yeah. So here's my first hot take.
Oh my gosh.
Real.
Okay. I can see the logic. I don't agree with it, but I can see the
I
logic.
didn't look in the middle of my screen.
Drew has Rise at 21.
It's not that bad.
I mean, if you have at one point I had Twisted going like almost a top 6, and I had all 3 of them on the list, but I changed that.
Beast mode has been looking better recently, but
He was the worst performer last major for them, but he was still like
Still
18,
good.
17. He was still better than this.
I
oh
think
no,
he's
he's
also
4
picked it up this split.
spots lower. Oh no.
No, but he's picked it up this split. You can't rate him lower after.
Yeah, you can't rate him lower after he's had a better split. Like, don't get me wrong, going into this major, I thought for the first time in any one of these lists ever, I have rated Daniel above Beast Mode, but also,
Dude, same.
I didn't put Beast Mode at 22.
Finally, they listened to me.
This is the first time. Last major was the first time it was the truth.
Yeah, that.
I've watched too many Beast Mode videos with playing with Daniel to see that Daniel's
Wasn't
just
last major the
better
one that?
player
Yeah,
in-
literally last major was the one where I put Daniel above Beast Mode, and everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, what are you doing? What the
Yeah, but you put
heck?"
him above. You put him above that the time before that too, and it wasn't right then.
What?
It was right
what,
when he did
Worlds?
it last major, but the major before that.
Yeah.
No, Worlds. I had Beast Mode 2 and Daniel 5.
Did you?
No, you
Yes!
had Daniel 3 and Beast Mode 8.
Which one? Oh, the last
I'm
one of
looking at-
2024?
Oh no, that's last 2024 top 25. 2024 Worlds. You have Beast Mode. Yeah, you use Beast Mode 2.
I don't
Daniel
know
5.
which one came first. I think the last one
Worlds
was
came
afterwards.
before. Worlds came before last 2024 top 25.
Yeah. Okay, but even then, you put Daniel high. I don't know. My point is that it's not been the first time. But either way, keep going.
Okay. Here's where I have Kofor.
And
We
here's
got a
my
monkey
first
moon.
Where I
one.
have reveal.
I
I have
think
a decently hot take on this one too. I think.
Did I use the right blue? I did.
That's
Let me see
fine.
something.
I think like
Me and
Ultimates is like
I just
hit or
don't
miss.
see
I don't know.
him going crazy right now. Like
He doesn't
he's
need
a
it
great
to.
player. Don't get me wrong.
LJ.
but,
That's
Like
No,
fair.
yeah.
that's with him being average. Like if he
I
plays
like
well,
this.
he would be like top 12.
Well, okay, if LJ is like by himself on a team as the lone superstar and he's 21, we have a problem. Or sorry, 20 in this. No, wait, whatever rank this is.
Yeah.
We have a
Yeah,
problem. But he's on a team with First Killer and FK does FK. Like I don't hate this. Mine is
Like
not
LJ
much higher.
definitely was not the best player on Ultimates last major or split, and
No.
like he has
He was
taken
arguably the
a
worst.
yeah, he's quote unquote taken a step back.
He's done it because he has no it's what's a good example of this? It's
Daniel
the
and LJ?
squish on energy thing where like he didn't need to do a ton, so he didn't, and it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
I
I'm
don't hate it.
saying is Drew has Monkey Moon way too low.
Bruh, you literally have him one spot higher.
I know.
Yeah, because that's what he does every time. I'm so ready for one of my takes.
Where
Oh, it's
do
gonna
you
be so
have
fun.
I know what Connor's hot take is, and that's Justin coming back.
Yeah, Connor definitely has Genji
That's
Just
actually not the
way
take
up
I'm talking.
there.
That's not the take I'm talking about.
But yeah, we got it seems like so far all of us don't necessarily I mean, no one knows what to do with the SSG. But then also
agree.
low key, kind of no one knows what to do with Genji.
No.
We have all three members already here.
Genji is a team that has, I think, the biggest range of the major, where I could see
Nah.
them going out in the last round of Swiss, or I could see them making almost a top 4.
Nah, I think SSG has a bigger.
I think SSG's theoretical range is bigger, but I also I don't know. I have more faith in SSG to do better on average than I have faith in Genji to do better on average sometimes. It's a weird. I do think you're right though.
I also
that.
think you can throw Genomates into that
Yeah.
big swings. Because you have
I don't
Juicy and
think
Seiko
so.
who have like the mentality of being able to just do it again.
It depends on how I
But you
think
can
Eugen and
also-
Juicy perform.
You also have you can also have just Eugen panic. So,
I don't
Yeah,
think Eugen will
100%
panic,
honest
but
right now.
I'll be honest. Gentlemates have one of the smallest ranges in my eyes. I think they either go out last round of Swiss or they make playoffs and lose first round of playoffs. I don't think they do anything different.
I don't have a single member of Gentlemates on my top 25.
That's
And
crazy.
that's fine.
Not even Seiko
No, that's
though.
fine. No,
Yeah,
that's fine.
Not
If
even
you don't
Seiko.
think
Seiko was on the bottom of my list, but I squeaked him out after I rearranged it.
It's one of those ones where it's like, okay, they're good, and but like if they get like 5th, 8th, and it's kind of an unremarkable run, so what? Like, who are you going to put on the list? If they're all kind of
Yep.
Because like, let's be so real. There we have seen plenty of Mickey Mouse runs over the course of RLCS, and who've gotten to like playoffs or whatever,
If
and
you
none
make
of
a
those
top
players are
8, it's not there's on this land. I don't think you can get a Mickey top 8.
You can. I've run through the scenarios. Yes, you can.
No way.
You'll have to
I
have
think-
at least one comparable win, but you can have. The reason I know this is because one of my brackets has ultimates getting the Mickiest of Mickey Mouse runs, and it's because they go down 1-0 off the or 0-1 off the start.
Who do they beat in round 5?
You can get a Mickey Mouse run.
Who do Ultimates beat in round 5?
Wild card.
That's who I have Vitality winning against in round 5. But Vitality's run is definitely not Mickey at all.
You know,
I don't see how-
it's definitely not likely, but you could argue, okay, sure, Gentlemates make the 5th round, but who do they beat? Okay, they beat TSM and they beat I don't
What?
know, some comparable team. And it's whatever. That's a random pull. I'm not saying that will happen, but I'm saying like that could be something that does happen. That's not
It's like
out
they're
of the realm
going
of
1-0
possibility.
off the bat because they're beating FUT.
But
Yeah,
And then
there we
it's
go.
just kind of. But that's one thing. Then I could say Vitality had a Mickey run because freaking they faced TSM and Wildcard. Like,
Yeah, and that's not. But the thing is, Vitality will do something in playoffs. That's the difference. Where you could have
Mhm.
Gentlemates beat
I don't
they
know.
beat
Vitality
Foot,
was.
and then they beat Foot, and then they run into I don't know an underperforming Furia. Is that really the craziest thing ever? No.
Wasn't Vitality 2 games away from being in the grand finals when Ultimates took their spot?
No, I don't
No.
I
remember.
think because Ultimates beat Vitality, right?
Yeah, Ultimates beat Vitality, but it was like okay, Ultimates beat Vitality in like the upper 4 thing. Vitality dropped down and they got rolled by Furia. I shouldn't say rolled.
Okay, that's
They
what
No, it was
it was
were
3-4.
4-3.
rolling and then they choked, and then they were rolling and then they choked.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
no,
All right,
they
let's get
were
18 out
yeah.
here.
Go 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what I have here. Hey, double atomic.
Yeah.
Yan.
Speaking of underperforming Furia, I don't have them making it into playoffs.
I don't have them either.
I have them barely making it to playoffs.
I
Yeah.
don't have them
I-
either, and that's where also part of it was like having Yan down. I think I did originally have him down here somewhere, but it just felt so incriminately wrong that I
Wait.
couldn't do it.
See,
Wait, Luke, you said
that's
you don't
fair.
have Fury in playoffs? Or you
No,
have them
I said I
in?
do.
Okay.
Yeah, I have them
Having all
beating
3 of them, but
Gentlemates 3-1
squeaking
in
in
round
is
5.
crazy.
Okay.
Having all 3 of them, but having them squeak in is kind of wild to me. But
But I have them losing to a crazy pick in first round of the playoffs.
I guess. But okay, the reason
Oh,
Yan
if
is
you have
this
them
low
predicting
is
losing to
this-
Wildcard, then you're correct.
No, I have them losing to Gen G in game 7.
Wow.
It's not
It's not terrible.
unreasonable.
But no, the reason I have Furia this low, A, yeah, again, I don't believe in them. I don't think they'll do very well. B, I have them losing their first round against Wildcard. Because that's the
Same.
exact kind of match that Wildcard just wins randomly.
Yep.
And so it's one
Yeah,
that
like
I'm
when
like,
they almost beat
if
Carmine
they,
Core.
Mhm.
yeah, no,
Round
real.
1
If they
Wildcard is
lose-
the greatest team you'll ever see.
Yes, and it's why Fever is on this list. It is the sole reason that Fever is on this list,
Yep,
actually.
same with me.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't. This is the highest you will
17.
see a Sam player on my list.
Which is sad,
Spoiler.
but yeah, fair. I understand.
I mean, I do.
We got
have
a
Yan, but he's
Yorias.
little
We
higher
got double Yorias.
Curious.
up. Monkey Moon.
Got a Monkey
So, yeah.
Moon.
Back to the comment that I said earlier. I don't think y'all already know this. I love LJ so much. He's one of my favorite players. But yeah, I don't think that putting him this low is unreasonable.
No,
I
it's
definitely don't
not.
think either. I thought
Yeah,
I'd get a
I-
little more slack from my Clears pick.
I was gonna bring
I
that up.
honestly
I think
had
that's.
him low earlier.
Oh,
you don't
I
I-
didn't see that.
I don't think Clears is the lowest out of Falcons. I think
Yeah,
Roas
I
is
think-
probably taking
I
that
had
spot.
it being
I'm
pretty
with-
close between
They're
Roas and
always
Clears.
close, but I think Clears has stepped up more than Roas has in threes.
I know I have Rawash somewhere close to here because I was going back and forth on them.
My take with those two is, okay, Clears, like, it's like 50-50. He's either competing with TRK for being the best player on the team, or he's competing with Roas for being the second best
Being
player
the-
on the team. And Roas
Yeah.
is always the third most important player on the team, so I can't put Roas above him.
That's fair.
Because Clears and Clears and Roas have like similar floors, but Clears has TRK ceiling, so it's not. Yeah.
Nope. Goodbye.
Oh, did Ani just crash?
He may.
Oh.
I don't know. He may have just dipped.
Right. You may have to be doing something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You should reveal the next line.
Also, I want to look at Drew's list right now. So, hey, he has reveal up that high. I'm so proud of Drew.
I wanted to put reveal, but I was like, I think Kofor will do the best.
Reveal's
I'll
my
say
favorite
full
player on team.
transparent.
Well,
Don't have reveal
Same.
on my list.
That's
Topher, I also
fine.
have doing the best, but I put reveal as my on my list. I almost had him on my list. No, I put him on my list because I don't know. He pops off hard whenever he gets in
No,
a
yeah,
good.
no, I like reveal as well.
Yeah.
There's our Kofor.
Another one.
There's my clear.
Oh, so yeah, that's it. Yeah, I mean, nothing.
Lost for Drew. I mean, well, he
He
doesn't have
probably has
Rafinha on the
period
list.
doing
so-
decent.
He
Yeah,
does
No, okay,
he
the
only have
difference-
Yan, or
Check
does
the
he have
bracket.
Rafinha and Yan above that though?
If he has Rafinha and Jan, that team's doing very well. If he doesn't have Rafinha, they're getting like top 8, then
He has them
losing.
He
Yeah.
has them. He has them 7th, 8th. Yeah.
Okay, so then
I would assume he
if
doesn't
I don't
Rafinha's
think
on here, I'd
Jorginho's
be
on
very
this list.
surprised. He shouldn't be if Lost is.
All right, 15. More Monkey Moon.
Another
Here's
We
my
seem to be
LJ.
we have a good little range on Monkey Moon right
Dang,
now.
me and Connor
We seem
flipped.
pretty
I think we're
Pretty
all just
agreed on
kind
it.
of like, on him.
on Vitality. I feel like we're all on Vitality just in general.
Like,
So
I mean,
how are we feeling about my Stizzy pick? Is he too low there?
it depends on how I don't have
I have
Stizzy on my list at all, and
What?
Dig makes top
Oh
6.
wow.
What?
Here's my hot
You
take.
think Jack and Jorius could
Appjack
carry
is the only-
Stizzy to the
Appjack
top
is
6?
the only Dig player on my list.
Well, but where do you have Dig?
I have them either going out 5th, 8th. Sorry,
Huh?
no, going out in the last round of Swiss or barely squeaking into playoffs. I have no faith in this team.
I have
Really?
Dignitas. Even though it wasn't true last time, I have them as the Swiss majors. And then they somehow sneak a top 4 or a top 6 in because of them, like,
Being
in the
upper
2-1
bracket?
round, they get, yeah, they're in the upper bracket. But then I just think in playoffs, they don't do anything. So because of
I
that,
have
I
no
don't
faith
think.
in the Dig roster.
I think Stizzy should have been, but I also refuse. I was just like, I can't. I don't want to.
Are we doing
I think
brackets
as soon as those
later,
sta-
or are we just discussing as we go? Because I
Drew-
have a pretty
Discussing
big
as we go.
take on
Drew said
Dig.
some L takes on Dig right now.
Because I have Dig in the grand finals.
That's what I had
Wow,
in my first list, and I had Jack third.
I get that take. I don't believe in this team. I think as soon as those lights come on, I think Stizzy will turn into like VK Salen. I have no faith in this team. And I don't
I
think
just
Jorius
don't believe
has
in
them
Stizzy.
pulling the most unbelievable Game 7 against Carmine in the semis.
They're not winning that.
Game
You
7
cannot
is
convince
where
me
it's
that Dig
wrong.
is
I
ever
think
winning that match.
when Dig won against
That was the
K Corp,
hottest take of my bracket.
when K
You could
Corp
put a
won
gun
against
against my head, and I would not take that.
when K Corp or lost to Dig in the regional, I think Dig either 4-0'd or 4-1 them.
I think they
It was pretty
for
dominant.
Because
it was a
that's
dominant win.
the only thing I can see how Dig wins is they really just
They
have
just
to like.
go on a tear.
I don't think if it's close, I think K Corp just does it. I don't think
Yeah,
there's
Just pulls it
any.
out.
If it gets
But
close.
It's land, you never know.
Oh no, they won in
But
7.
that's the difference.
I
is
think
that,
the
that's the
land
difference
makes
is
it
that
worse
Dig
on
are land
Dig
chokers
Oh no,
and
that's
KC
right.
are land
Dig won in
winners.
Game 7. Dig won in Game 7.
Oh, it was close.
Oh. Maybe I'm
Luke,
wrong
what
then.
you're forgetting is that Dig are land chokers and not
I
KC.
know, but I'm giving them
Also, playoff
my
choker
pity
Jorias.
points, I guess.
Yeah, I have not okay. I Dig.
Wait, you have Dig winning, right?
Me?
I wish.
Wait,
No,
do you have
I
Dig
don't
second
have
or
Dig
first?
winning.
Okay.
I have Dig second.
Yeah, no,
My
I
top
don't.
4 is NRG,
believe it.
Falcons, Carmine, Dig.
I think that's like my original bracket.
Yeah, I have NRG
I
beating
have
Falcons 4-2, Carmine
two of
losing
those.
3-4 to
Except-
Dig, and then NRG beating Dig 4-3.
All I know is that my second bracket was cinema.
My second bracket is so dumb.
Luke, mine's the same as
But I
yours.
love it.
Except I had SSG instead of RNG.
Okay,
I
my
was so in
second
that
bracket.
mindset.
Wait,
My
really?
second bracket.
Wait, did you make a new bracket,
Is-
Xander?
Yeah.
Oh.
My second bracket is what I think like it. The problem with my brackets every time is I make them too like, oh well, they did this well online, they should be better, and every time we get to land, somebody just dies and is trash. So this time I was like,
Yep.
frick it, I'm going on vibes, and this is gonna work. And let's see how that goes.
Yep.
All right. 15.
15. No, 14.
FK. Oh no, yeah, no, 14.
Yeah,
Ooh,
FK.
two
FK.
FKs. Let's go, Xander.
We have I ruined it. Don't worry, guys. Everyone had an NA player, and then I had Rawas.
Rip.
This is what I mean
Wow.
by I had Rawas close to clears. I didn't know where to put one or the other.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
The bear.
My take.
That's a
okay,
high bear,
Bear?
but I really
Oh
like
my
that.
Gosh,
I
14.
really
bear!
like that.
But it's also like, okay, Justin has to be top 10. There's no way he can
Yeah,
be better.
To be
Yeah.
honest, I'll be
That's
honest
crazy.
with my Gen G prediction. The main reason why is they run into a slumping Vitality in playoffs. I won't lie about that.
What do I have? Oh, I
yeah,
know.
I can see it.
And okay, and the other reason is they beat. I'm not going to say which one, but they beat an 18 before. And I looked. One thing I did for researching for this list, I looked at a bunch of teams head to heads. Gen G has a frighteningly good head to head against a couple of the NA teams.
I do
Yeah.
remember when it was
Mhm.
what is it? Cheese RMC and they were Luminosity facing Vitality. I do remember Vitality almost losing that.
I don't. I love that
They
team.
went
I
to
don't remember that.
They went to a game
Take a look.
5 in Swiss. Round 5.
Yeah. All I know is that I'm specifically talking about the Justin Gen G team. Their NA record is really good. So yeah, I've backed them for mostly that reason.
Yeah. Justin over Riddles has made Gen G a very solid contender now. Like, no, like last time I think people were like, oh, they just had a crazy run, and they're like, eh. But now I think everyone's just like, oh, they're legit.
I would agree with Reddle's opinion. This is the best NA for the best 4 NA teams NA has fielded in like several years.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, 14 or 13, sorry.
SSG fine.
Oh, so we have double Rawas.
Triple
Rawas.
Rawas.
Let's go.
Oh my gosh, Declan, you're just wrong.
Yep,
Clearly.
you're wrong, Declan.
I had him way too low. Drew doesn't know how to spell
Well,
clears.
Declan's wrong about
Declan, you don't know how
clears.
to
We
spell
already went over that.
Jorius.
Jowers.
Oh, I hate
Joey's.
freaking autocorrect, bro.
Uh-huh.
That's not autocorrect. What is that correcting to, bozo?
I hate my
Shut
French
it up.
autocorrect.
I blame it. It's just like how Drew spelled clears.
Missed a couple letters, but
Close
that's
enough,
alright.
man. Close
I
enough.
I was gonna shout out Drew for his scribbles pick. W scribbles take, in my opinion.
Oh my gosh, that's so high. I mean, I don't see.
Very high
I like
scribbles,
it.
but I don't hate it.
See,
He has all 3 of SSG. Fair. See, the thing is, I don't think there are many teams where like you'll have 3 of them on the list and they're all like low. You have to have like it's either 3 of them really high up in the top 10 or like 3 of them pretty spread out. But I feel like there's not many that's 3 low.
Drew and I had
I
pretty
think
similar takes on SSG. He just
yeah, Xander's a similar take, but I also
Scribbles
think
and
it's just
Coker.
because you don't know which person on SSG is gonna do the best. So you just kind of rank
Yeah,
them
but you
evenly.
have to bank on one of them because like unless you have them going like I'll be honest about my list. I either had them like 5th, 8th, sorry, not 5th, 8th, 9th, 11th, or up as high as 6th if they got lucky. And so I was like, I can't put all 3 of them on the list.
My whole idea behind SSG is that demos work on LAN, and Kofer
is
and
true.
Very
EU
true.
is not going to be ready for Kofer. And that's why
Also
Kofer's
very
up there on my list.
That
Yep.
man is a demon.
Yeah, 4 demos a game
Although they do have to deal-
average.
They
That's
have to deal with a
crazy.
Tau on a regular basis, so it's not like they have no comparison.
A Tau doesn't have to deal with a Tau.
Tau does not have to deal with a Tau. That is true. He
Taste
does
your
have to
own
deal with
medicine.
Juicy though.
All right.
There's this
TRK.
Jeez! Oh my TRK.
Wow.
Drew, you're
Where
fired.
does Drew have Rawas? Does
That's-
Drew not have Rawas?
Does Drew not have a
Or
Ross, or
does
does
Drew-
he have
No,
a
he
Rawas
probably does
next?
have. He did. There's no way he
Or does he
didn't
have
do.
a back to back to back?
Okay. Beast mode
Wait.
at
Oh
like
shoot! You didn't see that.
Bozo.
I
You
didn't see
didn't.
it.
No, no one saw that. I
I
didn't see
did
I
any.
just
not
Actually,
saw a
didn't see much.
Tau.
I didn't
I
see
just saw a
much.
Tau.
Um,
Okay. Beast
can I
mode
reveal
is still
Drew's
the
above
worst
to
take
see
of
if
this
it's?
list,
Yeah, do
but
it. Do it.
Well, just you don't have to reveal it. Yeah, you can just check.
It's not all.
you're still
consecutive.
cringe.
Okay.
Yeah, Declan's
Go.
beast mode is still the worst, but it's
Yes.
TRK is up there. And if
Jesus,
yeah, I don't know.
high. Wow.
To be
I
fair,
can
if
see
you
it
have
though. I'm not mad at that.
Cheese is one of those players who's just very consistent, and in the past he was the best player on Gen G a lot, so it's not the worst take.
Do you have Magic just like sucking
And he's performed on
from
lane.
him?
Yeah, I realized that after I put cheese and I realized I was like, wait a minute. I also don't have. This is why I was like, I hate this. I hated my list because I wanted to put Chronic on here since I have Ultimates going top 4, which means Chronic has to do well.
You have Ultimates
Yeah, you
top
can't have-
4?
Yeah.
Where do
So
mean,
I
hey, they
I
got
really
four
regret leaving
last time,
Chronic
nobody
and Magic
expected it,
Bear off
so.
this list.
You
Why
But I
can't
also did
have
say
a
this was my
team.
worst list.
You can't get a team get 4th and not have all 3 of their players on the
That's
list.
why I was like, I'm
It
stupid.
never happens.
Like I think I had Chronic there at one point, but then I was just like, nah, I'm switching it with Scribbles because I want Scribbles.
Yeah, no, I mean, Xander, to your point about Ultimates, that's what everybody said last major, and they made finals. So
Yeah, no,
I have
I can see it.
Ultimates.
I'm just
So
Ultimates had the Gentlemates run, except they didn't win, and
Yeah,
they're just
Ultimate-
generally worse.
yeah.
so Ultimates gets top 4 via they make top 6 through Swiss.
Yeah.
Go down to the bottom bracket and they face NRG in the bottom bracket, and for some reason they've just been better against NRG.
So wait,
So
They've
do you
had
have?
a winning record against Energy.
So wait, Declan, in Swiss, you have Ultimates upsetting SSG.
Is that an upset though? That's like 50-50.
That's pretty 50-50.
SSG has beat Ultimates consistently, easily.
I did look this up. Not easily. I looked this up earlier. The last 2 times they played best of 7, one time Ultimates won, one time SSG won. But you're right, in best of 5s, SSG has won more often. But it's not dominantly. It's usually like 3-1 or 3-2.
so yeah, I have Ultimates beating SSG 3-1, losing to K Corp 3-1, and then beating Furia 3-2, and then beating Vitality 3-1.
Okay. It's not unreasonable.
I have Ultimates.
Yeah, I think Ultimates made the
3-2 over Space Station, 3-1 loss to Carmine, 3-1 over Secret, 3-2 over Gen G, and then that's how they make it
How
to
did
playoffs.
Secret get there?
Okay, wait. No, my argument is that
Yes,
in majors or sorry, in Open 6, SSG beat Ultimates 4-1 in upper bracket and then beat them 4-0 in the finals.
Yeah.
They played 9 games and won 8 of them.
The problem with that is it's one event and it was a hot streak. And it's I don't know.
But
I mean,
also, last
Gen G
events
took
are
them to
kind of-
7.
The one thing I will say, Luke, about your Ultimates over Gen G, that's the team I was talking about. Ultimates have a terrible record against Gen G.
Yep.
They don't win against that team.
But
Well,
I have it
bro,
close.
NA
like
is just
game
a big
5.
rock paper scissors game.
That's what I was
Yeah, it is.
It does
thinking
feel like
about.
that, yeah. I mean,
Alright.
I do have NRG going 3-0 in Swiss.
You know.
I couldn't because NRG doesn't. They get off to slow starts.
They do.
They do. The thing is though, their first match is against Gen G,
It's
and
Gen
that's like
G.
enough.
Yeah,
They
no.
usually win that match. So
I
I
have.
took
Who do you have them
energy.
facing in the 2-0 round, Luke?
Gentlemates.
Okay.
Gentlemen, in
So
the
that makes
2-0 round or in the 1-0 round?
No, sorry, 1-0 round. In
Oh,
2-0 round,
okay.
I was gonna say.
I have them 3-1 against Furia.
Okay. I think
Interesting.
I understand it, the logic. I would, like, personally, I think I would go the other way, but I also don't hate that take. I think that's fine.
I kind of have energy to having like a Mickey bracket of their own to a 3-0. Because I have them beating Gen G,
Yeah,
then
they
they play
have.
Vitality, and then they play Space Station.
Bro, mine is even more
Two
Mickey.
NA
They have
teams
them
and a
beating Gen G, and then
sucky
they beat
Vitality.
Wildcard, but then they lose to Falcons.
Ah,
Hey, you picked the same thing I did. You picked Wildcard over Fury. Let's go.
Of course.
W. But yeah, no, Ultimate is such a weird team where I don't know what to think about them.
yeah.
I don't know.
Like
I
they
would
could make a grand final, or they could get out in Swiss. Like,
I also back Xander. I picked SSG over them, but it wasn't like I think SSG is definitely going to win. It's like historically they have won, but I'm not confident in this take.
I think Drew and I have Ultimates going, both of us have him going out 9th through 11th, and I think he also has a similar list to mine where I haven't seen LJ or Chronic on his.
Oh my gosh, wait, you don't have LJ? Oh.
I mean, if they go out 9th, 11th,
I
that's
don't
not the
have
I
worst
know,
Chronic
that
take.
on my
makes
list.
sense, but wow.
I don't have Chronic on my list, but I have the other two on my list. So
All
I
right.
haven't had Chronic on my list in a while, sadly.
FK, Atomic, Clears, Dizzy, Atao.
Tau.
I don't.
Tao is very low, and if
I
Andre
know.
was here,
I
he would
hate it.
torch you.
I hate it, but I couldn't.
Wow.
I think I could have sneaked him into the top 10. I couldn't get myself to put him over the other people because of also how my bracket went.
How do you have to
Oh,
sneak a Tao into the top 10?
Because,
All I'm gonna say
for
is,
me,
yeah,
that's
you're
like
lucky that
you
Anu
couldn't
is not
get out
here
of the top
anymore.
5.
also because I was like, it just feels wrong having 3 Vitality players top 10. Or not
You mean
Vitality,
KC?
A-Corp.
I have no hesitation about it. I
Oh, I don't
honestly,
either.
this is the first LAN where I'm so convinced in a team winning that I have no hesitation putting all 3 of them in my top 10.
See,
And
it's
that's the
funny
logic
because
I
I
should have went,
have.
but I just was too timid.
Wait, hold up. Oh shoot.
Although, did I have all of them in my top 10 last time? Yes, I did.
I think so.
I have all of them in my
Vatira
top
was
10,
10.
but I have them getting miraculously beaten by Dig and Semi. So
Yeah, I mean, you can
The
have
brain
KC up
did not
there.
think that one through.
I mean, I think you can have, well, I think you can
I mean,
still have
because
KC players doing well, but have like
yeah,
an upset where
an upset. Yeah,
the other team just pops off.
Yeah, but I
because my
can't
top
I can't
25
see a
does not
team.
reflect perfectly.
Yeah, but with my take, that doesn't make any sense then, because I don't have K-Corp losing a series.
Okay, my thing was there was one of my one of my original brackets. It was NRG KC Grand Finals, but KC beat Falcons, and I thought Falcons would be a better team than NRG, and so I had them ranked higher. But I couldn't have all 3 of them in the top 10 if they're not winning.
I think okay, this is what I wanted to do. I'm gonna reveal only my 10th player because I think I swapped these two last second. I had Yan as my 10th.
For the rainbow.
Where do you? But by himself?
That's why I was like, eh. I also had Lost as like one of my honorable mentions.
21-22 anymore. This isn't 21-22 anymore, where Jan would be like God's
That's
gift
why I
to
would have had
Rocket
like
League.
a Tao and
God's
Yan
gift
switched.
to rock.
But I think I don't know. I think Yan is
Crap.
still that good enough anyways.
He's not enough for that. Not by himself.
I mean, I do have Vitality putting up a pretty disappointing major in the sense of like they lose
think we
to
all do.
Wild Card, they lose to Ultimates, they do beat Twisted Minds,
Listening to Wild
and that's
Card
like
is
their
crazy.
only impressive win.
You should just reveal the rest of the rows.
Yeah. I will also say
Oh,
look,
and there's
Bian's.
Drew. Let's go.
There's Luke's TRK.
Sorry, no. Drew has
That's
Jackson's.
Jackson.
Jackson.
Honestly, it
Okay.
felt low for me to put TRK there, but I just
How do you
My
have
favorite
Falcons
doing?
Sam player, Colliers.
Sorry, I
How
freaking.
how far what?
How far do you have Falcons going? I almost just dropped my laptop.
Top 4.
Mm,
I don't think you can have TRK that low if you have them top 4.
every
Yeah, but I
event,
also have them getting a
TRK.
pretty decent run.
I
Like
think
Swiss for them
I think
is
top 4.
Vitality, then Ultimates, then losing to NRG.
Nah, I think that's fine because they're all within the team, like the top
Oh, I see what you mean.
16 to
Yeah, they're
10.
Yeah,
all
I know. I get
close.
I get the logic, but I don't remember the last time TRK wasn't a top 10 player.
He is
He
a
is a
top 10
Or
top
player.
wasn't
10
like
He's
at
player.
only my 10th.
Sorry,
Wasn't a top
wasn't like the
5.
top like yeah, even
Yeah,
even
that's
that
fair.
high, like top
Yeah.
5, top 6.
Although, what was he
Nah,
last
I
major?
agree, but I was definitely considering dropping him down a few pegs for this major.
Oh no,
'cause-
I get the logic. I don't hate
I'm
it. I'm just like,
really
man.
excited for this next line.
All right, Luke's eager.
Oh, you have
Okay.
no idea.
Let's go!
Yes!
Yeah!
Jack
3
is the
apparently Jack's.
king.
Dang.
Jack is back.
Justin in top 10.
Yeah, you had the same
What?
take just from
Seiko is
NA.
nuts. Once again, okay.
Wow.
Seiko is
I
nuts.
guess we're just wrong, Connor.
The
Afjac
fa-
is the 9th best
Seiko.
player.
Okay, no, you're
Did you
wrong,
have a
Declan. You cannot put
stroke?
Seiko there and have Atto outside the top 10.
That's
That's
very
true.
abysmal. I don't even have Seiko on my list.
I don't either.
Neither do I.
This is why I was saying I had the hottest takes this year, or this bracket.
Once again, the main reason why Justin is here is A, they run into ultimates in the lowest round of playoffs, which they have an insanely good record
I messed
against.
something up. There's no way I had this guy
And then
here.
the next round, they run into a Vitality who has consistently underperformed this year. And so they make a top 4 that isn't really that fair.
Well,
Yeah.
my list
I
is chalked.
love-
Not that it wasn't before.
Declan saying, I
And
have
of
the
course,
hottest
don't get me
takes.
wrong,
Wait,
this
what
is
the heck did I just
100%
say?
Justin Copium. This is 100% Justin Copium, but
No, I can
Well,
I'd see it though.
Xander, I'm not
Justin's
wrong.
cracked on land.
You're
All
not
right, let's see
wrong.
this next line. Let's see this next line.
Yeah, frick
Declan.
me in the butthole.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
I mean-
wrong.
no, you can have that take. If like
You can.
I think
you
it's low.
can.
I mean, to be fair, I had Vatira at
If you
10
think-
last time, so I moved him
if you
up.
think-
That's fair.
Yeah, but you also had a Tau at like 4.
Yeah,
So
no.
I have the
If you
highest.
think-
No, I had a Tau at 6. I'm looking at my
Same
list now. I
player.
had a Tau
Okay.
at 6. So this
if
is
you think
kind of close.
Raleigh is really gonna just offensively perform and Vatira and a tower are just gonna back him up, that's fine. I don't think it's
I just
gonna
don't
be
think
the
it's
case,
gonna
but
happen.
I don't hate it.
So I have the highest Sam player then, I guess.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
No, I actually have KV1 as my number 1. My
I'm
boy.
gonna be, like,
Of
I'll be
course you
fully
do.
honest. I have all of Gentlemates, all of Secret, Foot, Luminosity, and all of TSM are not on my list.
I think the only
And
weird one is all
only-
Gentlemates, but I can see it.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, and then I only have one guy from Wildcard Banana Head.
My take is that usually, if you have a team getting 5th, 8th, they probably have at least one player worthy. Sorry, they probably have one player worthy of being on the list. That's usually
what I
my
was
my
like.
take. And that's why
Yep.
Eugen's on my list, but he's the only one from Gentlemates.
I think it's more like if they're like
I think it's more likely that Seiko does the best out of all of them if they get, like, bleh.
But the way they've played, it's not been it's not like Seiko's been the biggest backseater on the team.
I haven't seen Seiko do
It's
anything.
been
100%.
Eugen's team.
Yeah, Eugen has been popping.
No, I agree that it's been Eugen's team, but it's just like, I don't know, maybe like my logic was like kind of like the same as Stizzy and I guess in some ways Juicy, where it's just like for them to do well, they do well, and if they don't do well, then he doesn't do very well, kind of thing.
But the entirety of the time that Seiko's been on Gentlemates, like you look at when they won, he was the most
Yeah,
impactful
true.
player as far as he
No,
was always
true.
defensive. He was always defensive. He was always taking the 50s, but he was the least like you weren't looking at him to be like scoring insane goals. It was Itachi and Juicy every time. He
I
was
agree,
really
yep.
good. Seiko was amazing, but he wasn't needed to be vintage Seiko.
Yeah, I get that.
All right.
That's why I said
What's
some of
next
my
round?
list is wrong. Let's go! Triple
Let's
now!
Oh, the
go.
Naopo synergy.
Dang.
Also, I see
You
why
can-
Connor was defending me now.
I see it. I see why Connor was defending me.
Declan,
Wow.
he's 7, and he's the first one on this list.
That's kind of crazy that you have him.
I
7.
really thought Connor was gonna pull a 1, 2, 3.
No, I'm not that delusional. Also, Declan,
We
you can
aren't-
reveal my 6. You can reveal my 6 now.
We aren't.
Hey.
You can reveal mine too.
Oh, okay, so we all have Naopo right
Let's
around
go.
the same.
We are
6, 7,
almost
Naopo.
unanimous on Naopo.
See, here's my thing though. My Naopo take, I feel like, is especially hot since I have them going out 12th to 14th.
That's pretty rough.
What?
That's
Wait.
I feel
Where
like
do I have them going
you
out?
just
I have them
don't.
going out
two.
You just
ninth-
don't have Rise
I have
or
them going out
Atomic
9th, 11th.
anywhere.
So they lose to KC, they beat Virtus Pro, they lose to Gentlemates 3-2, and then they lose to Furia 3-1.
I don't see the Gentlemates loss, honestly.
Yeah, probably
I have
not,
them-
but it's possible.
It's possible.
It's
That's why I had
possible, but I
3-2.
don't see it being
losing to
like
Carmine, beating TSM 3-1, beating Gentlemates 3-2,
Mhm.
and then losing Dig 3-2, and then losing Vitality 3-2 in round 5.
I mean, I could have helped myself by not, speaking and having that hot take, but like, I think, I don't know, my logic was just how good Naopo was last LAN, just made me put him up here. Like, I don't
Yeah,
care that I had
last
Twisted
LAN,
Minds
they
going
made-
that. I know, last LAN they made top 8,
hadn't made
but I'm like,
playoffs
I
last
don't
LAN,
care,
we wouldn't have
Naopo's the
been up
GOAT.
there.
I don't care, Naopo's the GOAT.
Last LAN, Naopo wouldn't have been up there. He was amazing in Swiss, don't get me wrong, but if they had lost all of the
Somebody
series, if
just
they had
revealed the next
lost
row.
so many series, it wouldn't have.
This is what I thought.
Declan
Drew had them
was
lost high.
first killer.
Wow.
Drew
you
with
did say top
Roas
4. You did say
over
top 4.
Naopo.
Yeah, I had them top 4.
What the heck
So
is
that's why I
Drew
put
smoking?
Definitely up here.
Crazy.
What the heck type of
Drew
Roas
is
is
a
Drew smoking?
Roas fanboy.
What have we done to deserve this
I
kind
have
of blazer?
no idea.
It's never been this good.
Also,
There's never. I don't.
Okay, I guess yeah, we're
No,
over
there's
Declan's
not-
list.
I mean, he did say top 4, but again, if you have 3 of them, you have a team top 4, you should have Chronic. But whatever.
I'm very scared for where we have my number 5.
Well, there's a good chance you match.
No.
Oh,
Not quite.
oh no.
Honestly, I
But
don't hate it.
Yeah.
Me and Connor
My
almost
argument
with
is-
the energy synergy, but I don't rate Atomic
Almost.
still.
It's fair. I put Atomic higher than I usually would because I thought the energy was gonna have a better lane than they did last time. But he also was ironically probably their best player last lane. It was either him or Daniel. It wasn't beast mode.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
no, for sure.
My one thing with Zen is I can't put him below 2. I will
2?
refuse. I don't care if they go out and Swiss like they did at Worlds last year. I can't put him below 2.
So I think also you'll understand why. My list is all shifted by 1. And you'll see why.
Oh, I know why. I'm well aware as to why. I'm fully aware as to why actually, but
All right, number 4.
hey, TRK synergy.
Yep.
There we
And
go,
that's why
Xander.
Luke was defending the Zen pick. Yeah.
Xander too.
I don't I
Drew
don't-
has beast
yeah,
mode
no,
at
but-
4. I can't
mean,
wait till
if
he
you
sees
can
my
I would
list.
love to see Beast Mode at 4, but I can't put him there.
It's possible. Beast Mode could come
like
back.
I feel like there's too much recency bias on that because it's not like beast mode has like he's been the worst. He's been the least valuable player on that team once, and every other time he's been their best player. So it's not like
This is true. It's not a bad. It's not
it's
a bad
not
take.
like there's a bad precedent here.
I think
I
also
would
the other
love to see
reason I
beast
have
mode be
beast
that
mode
good.
this low is because I have energy going into round 5 of Swiss, barely squeaking in by 1 game.
Really?
And then also
Interesting.
I have them winning their lower round by 1 and then losing in the 6th, losing top 6. So by NRG standards, not a very good LAN.
That's
So I also think that's kind of why I have beast. And if they're not doing that well, I kind of assume beast mode's not doing well.
That's fair, but I don't. If you were gonna say
It's a
that,
fair
then I feel
take.
like you should have atomic higher.
That's also where I wanted atomic higher, but the main problem I had with this list was like sometimes I felt like I need to have players in a certain place, and then I was just like, this is chalked. Like do you remember, Connor? I said to you multiple times, my list is chalked.
Yep. No, my list was absolutely horrendous the other day. Like my first bracket was so bad, and my second bracket, ironically, like from a logical perspective, was definitely worse. But it was so much more fun and so much more entertaining. I was like, this is just better. I don't care. This is so much more fun.
yeah.
All right.
Declan,
Number
I'm wondering
3.
Yeah,
if
my
we're about
first
to
list
get
was
some synergy here.
Yes, we
Yep.
are.
Double Daniels. Love to see it. No, I remember at one point I was like, I really wish that I could like put a gap between Clears and First Killer, like a 3-player gap. And so it's like the top 10 plus like Clears and then just a gap because I don't think that anybody below that is going to be really close. But it's obviously not how it works.
He just doesn't put 3 names in.
Yeah, that's why I like
So
the tier list ones where people vote like what tier they go into, and it's like you have like the S
That's-
plus
We can do
tier,
that
the S
afterwards.
tier, the A tier, and then it's like
Yeah, we
you
could
have
redo it. We could do it.
separations, but
We could follow that up now. Follow up with that.
We can. Yeah.
okay. So I think everybody. Well, no, that's not true.
Number
How about
2 and
I
1.
was
I'm gonna
literally
reveal at the
say
same time.
thing, Xander.
Number 2
Hold
and
up,
1 are
no,
gonna
so
be
they're-
revealed at the same time.
No,
It's
don't.
wait. No, we
Why?
can figure it out. We can figure it out. So obviously everyone has Raleigh left.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yep.
I think me
Luke
and
has
Declan.
Vatira.
Yeah, me, Declan, and Luke all have Vatira. Nope, never mind. I
Yep.
forgot Vatira is very low on Declan's. Me
Really?
and Luke have Jolly Vatira.
I think Xander and I may have.
I
the
think Drew.
same
Wait,
top
Drew
2.
also has Jolly Vatira.
He has
I don't
to.
trust Drew. Drew could have someone random.
Connor, I want to hear what do you think my hot take is with this LAN?
I
Okay, wait.
actually figure it out right now. I did.
Hey, yeah,
I
everybody look
thought
at
I knew it,
Declan's
and then I
list
have
and
to-
figure it
have to
out.
really-
Because he's gonna have Drally and then some
Yeah.
stupid person at number 1.
It's not impossible that it's Eugen, to be real.
Or some
if he
stupid
has
person and then
Seiko Juicy on this list.
That's true.
It's.
He has it.
I'm so smart. I'm so smart, and Declan, you are so stupid.
Andrew, let's
I'm not.
go.
I can't go that hard.
Bro,
So
why don't
I
you
have.
just
You
make
two
it
I,
blue
are the
off the
people to
start?
put
We all know it's gonna be
Vatira.
blue.
You two are the people to put Vatira above. Yo, what is this universe? Usually it's me.
What up?
Like every time I'm like banking on Vatira being the greatest for that team, and he always is amazing, but he's never like, dang, that's crazy. The one time that I finally put
The one
Drali
time you
high-
don't watch RLCS.
I will say
That is
I
true.
would have had Vatira top 3 no matter what, but I did do some research and watch the Chalkcast or whatever it is, the top 25, and was like, you know what? I like that idea. So I threw Vatira up to 1.
That's funny.
But
Yeah.
he was gonna be 2
problem- okay.
behind Raleigh.
I thought you found. By the way, I thought you found out my Eugen pick way earlier, Connor. That's why I asked.
I did, and then I doubted it because I was like, "There's no way he actually put that there." And yes, you did.
Wow.
Okay.
The damn
I
Skippy
feel like
I
the
did.
Vatira at number 1 is
Eugen is
100%
him.
narrative. Vatira is amazing,
100%
but
what?
that's narrative because narrative. Because he's not the player. Like, the reason why is he's not the player taking
do,
the
Xander?
initiative.
Why is Sphinx there?
Like, what happened to this list, Luke? What did you just do?
I'm changing it to what it was on my side, so just the colors I used.
Lame.
That looks so ugly.
Yeah, it does.
Sorry,
but no.
Xander, why do you have Sphinx there?
He's the goat.
This is my list based off of my first bracket, where I have SSG even higher than I had them.
Oh, apparently Jacket.
I got App Jacket 3. I got
Eugen pretty high too.
Eugen up there, believer in Eugen. Yan down at the bottom because Fury is not making it out of Swiss.
Sphinx
Yep,
there
same.
is so funny.
That's peak. No, it's like when Anu and I did the
honorable mention.
It's like when Anu and I did a list once, and I did like a 24 through 48 list. I like flipped it upside down to troll Anu, and for the first like 15 picks, it wasn't like for the first like 10 picks, it wasn't insane. It was like, okay, that's weird, but I can see it. And then you just see like, oh, Khaled randomly at like 9. It was so funny. And then you see Kevin at 1. It was peak.
But yeah,
And then I substituted my actual list.
Gentlemates. In my first bracket, let me check where I have Gentlemates in the first bracket. Because in my first bracket, I don't actually know if I even have Gentlemates making it out of Swiss.
I'll be honest, I did 2 of
I had them
brackets,
barely squeaking in.
I did like 3 or 4 total. I had Gentlemates making it a grand total of 0 times.
I had them barely
do we
squeaking
do a
in.
fast run through of brackets.
So
just say playoffs maybe.
But okay, hold on. So let me finish.
You gotta show the Swiss context.
My second bracket and what I based my list off of, Gentlemates pulls a miracle run like they did the first major they were together and make a top 2.
In
Granted,
your second bracket.
I think once it gets to top 4, like I think 8th and 6th are kind of in some ways you can, I guess, quote unquote, say Mickey, because I have them beating Gen G, then Dignitas. So like I think that's reasonable. And then
I hate it.
And then I have them beating Falcons in 7, which that was my hot take. And then they're not beating K-Corp, so they're just there.
My take is that if Dig get that far, they're not losing that match.
See, but here's the thing. I have them making a Mickey upper quarterfinals anyways. They lose to Dignitas, and then I think once they drop down, it's just done.
My take with Dig is they either lose early, as in like last round of Swiss, first round of playoffs, or they make like top 4, top 2, because they're either going to be weak and uncomfortable and awkward, or they're going to look like they did online and they're going to do really well. So I feel like like if they make it into playoffs and they don't flop the first round, they're going to make it pretty far into playoffs. And I don't think Gentlemates has the firepower to beat Dig when they're actually on form.
Do you guys, if we're gonna do brackets, should I just screen share it?
You can just say, or yeah.
Yeah, screen sharing's more fun.
I just screen shared it.
Give me 1 second.
You're good. Gotta add a scene in or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, wait.
Eesh.
Why? What inspired the Vatira 1 pick?
I'll be right back. I'm gonna piss.
Who are you talking to?
All of you. All the 2 of you that did it.
The 3 of us.
Vatira has been popping.
Well, no, because Drew's not here.
Drew's not here. Well, Vatira has been playing amazing from the little that I've seen, and in the top 25 that Johnny and all them did,
Yeah, Luke did
a lot of them had Vatira 1.
Yeah, because they had it for narrative.
Well, they just had all 3 of them top, but I still think Vatira has been.
I mean, if he wasn't 1 for me, he would have been under Raleigh out 2. He was either 1 or 2 for me.
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't again. I will not. I refuse to put Zen outside of the top 2 because I still think he's the best player in the world. But if I have Vitality going about how I think they will, then I can't put him 1.
Exactly.
And then Atao, I thought Atao was going to be more impactful than Vatira, like have more offensive impact than Vatira, so I put him 3. I don't hate the Vatira
Yeah.
pick. I don't see the like from what I've watched of KC, which ironically they've probably been the team I've watched the most. That's not Vatira's role. He's not in the like superstar, take all the plays, take all the shots role. He's in the defend, get good upfield passes, be disruptive, be solid. Like he's not in the really like strong positions.
Mhm.
Say it again.
I don't know.
But yeah, do
Vatira,
you guys want me to? Sorry, go ahead, Connor. I cut you off.
from what I've watched of KC, and again, I say it again, I think they are the team I've watched the most. Vatira is not in the roles and in the spots to be the guy on that team. Not because he isn't capable of it, because he just doesn't need to. And so it's
'cause his 2
usually
teammates are just as good.
insane. Yeah, because like Atao and Raleigh both get more offensive pressure and presence than Vatira does. And it's hard to be the best player on a team when your role is primarily defensive.
I don't see it
also
that way.
takes,
I see it as good. Like,
It takes a maturity to be the third.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you're the best. That's like you have to give credit to the guy actually scoring the goals instead of the guy who's just feeding him the ball.
Yes and no.
You
I do
can't
agree with
you
that.
can't give it's like if I were like a good comparison to this is in the NBA, if I pass you the ball, sure I should still get credit for assisting you, but you have to be the one to put the ball in the net. And if you can't, like that's more credit to you for being able to score than my passing.
this is Rocket League, not the NBA.
This is Rocket League.
No, I know, but it's the closest comparison that I can think of off the top of my head. Like
the NBA
Then
shooting
you
is
should
like
compare it to the World
Well, I
Cup,
think
like
if
actual
we're
soccer.
using Connor's analogy, I think it's more like an alley oop than a just pass to a 3.
yeah, I think that's true. But
That's
alley oops
fair.
still
Like,
are not a good example.
the plays that you remember, the plays that like define a team are the ones where you're obviously getting all these like team bumps, these demos, this pressure, but the other ones are where a player steps up and hits the most ridiculous shot of the tournament, and it's always been Drawley on this team. And it's always because Vatira and Atao are passing him the ball. Atao's going to get a demo, and Drawley's hitting a nuts shot. It's not Vatira hitting that shot.
Do we want to run through brackets?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm not going to bother with mine just because I'm on my phone, and that's going to be a hassle. But
No, that's fine. Yeah. I'm gonna do this pretty quickly, and then people just stop me if you want
I mean,
to talk about something.
mainly just kind of have to look at like the upsets, which would be Ultimates,
Yeah.
and then you have Dig beating Falcons.
So Ultimates against SSG, and then
Secret beating Wildcard is
Falcons.
interesting.
Yeah, Secret being Wildcard.
Vitality
These three, I
beating
feel like
losing to Furia. Vitality's good in
I
Swiss
do
though.
have that.
That's the problem.
But I want to see a good. I want to see Furia coming out strong. Like I have them coming out 3-0 against Wildcard.
I also have no faith in Furia, so I'm biased here because I don't think they'll do well.
I mean, I have
But
them barely
Vitality-
getting to playoffs.
Like Vitality doesn't. They like last major. They were arguably the best team in Swiss.
I agree with that.
But
Yeah, so I got Dig over Falcons, which is a little bit of a crazy pick, but also
yeah,
very
it's
doable.
fine.
And
Swiss
then
is
Secret over Wildcard, Genji over
Genji.
Vitality.
I had
And then
that take
Twisted over
once,
Gentleman's.
but I didn't back it.
Yeah.
Twisted over Gentleman's, I
Wildcard
agree
over
with.
Foot, Virtus over TSM, Dig over Twisted, Falcons over Furia, Ultimates over Genji.
Vitality Space Station in lower
yeah.
fourth round.
That's what I was looking at. That is pretty
That's
crazy.
Secret
brutal.
beating Wildcard? What the frick? I just tuned in.
Secret being wildcard isn't terrible, but I would be
It's-
inclined to not
Exactly.
think it would happen.
Also, you made your mistake again. You gave FUT a game.
Yeah.
Even
that's
if it's
wild card,
correct
it's
from like
fine.
say like last time,
Zero
it was
respect on
correct.
VK Sailor. Do not give this man anything.
That
Do I change it?
Okay,
Yes.
it might mess
Yeah.
up your whole thing.
No, it doesn't change
my
it.
biggest take. My biggest take. No, it's because we use Bukol score now instead of thingy. My biggest take is still that Gen G and Ultimates is the worst record against Gen G imaginable.
Yes, but I also feel like late ultimates into like Swiss, especially with the run that I have them going on, like win, loss, win, win. Like if I have them in a 2-1 round and they pull a Gen G, then I feel like they're gonna come into that more confident.
Yeah,
than
but
they
Gen G
would if
also
Yeah,
they...
but
just
Gen G
won the
also
round
did the same
prior.
thing.
So it's not like you have like it's not like they're coming in different positions. Gen G came from
I'm
the
not gonna lie,
exact same
that
spot.
pick, yeah, I see exactly what you're saying because that pick for me, the Ultimates Gen G, I had that flipped.
The
And then
also other
decided
thing,
the
sorry.
other way.
The other
You're
thing
good.
that I actually took into consideration was days that these are played. So for the 2-1
Yeah,
round, like
there's a difference.
I
of
have
days.
Dig winning, like I think I have them winning it decently easy. I have them in Swiss winning 3-0 against Space Station because for some reason when it like comes to like day 4, I swear Dig just becomes the best team imaginable. Or not day 4, day 2
Day
of
two?
Swiss. Day 2, day 3 of
2.
Swiss, whatever. That
Because
2-1
day
round.
1 is the first 2 rounds, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
And
Day
then
3 is all the
day
day 2 is
2,
all the eliminations.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
day 3 is Saturday. Yep.
Yeah, I
But
think
yeah, so then
I mean,
Fury over
but
Gentlemates,
I still think
Genji over Secret.
yeah, I don't know. I
Vitality
still
over
Another
disagree
banger of a
technically
match
with
between Vitality and Twisted Mind. This
I
time in
know.
round
I'm
Yeah,
5.
excited to see that.
I need to
I
rewatch
had that
that
match
series.
earlier in my bracket. That
I think
series
I
was
need to
unbelievable.
I think I need to like oh sorry. I think still NRG going 3-0 is because also when Furia goes up 2-0, it's rare that they lose that. I feel like when they go up 2-0,
Mhm.
that means they're
Yeah,
on
but okay,
demon time.
Declan, that's an unfair
But I also have them
comparison because
playing
it only
NRG.
happened once.
And I have them playing
It has happened
NRG.
a grand total of one time. You
Doesn't that
can't
happen
use that as
multiple times?
comparison. Nope.
Or I'm thinking
Which,
of
by the
I'm thinking
way,
of maybe like group brackets as well and other things. I don't know.
Furia has done
I'm
that exactly one time, and that was Major 1 last year.
gonna transition over to my main
So it's
event.
not exactly a fair mark.
Yeah, no.
That's like Honor
Wait, I
being
swear,
like,
Secret
oh, I
makes it
feel
to
like
9th, 11th? Like, it makes sense because of the bracket, but it's crazy.
So yeah, 4-2 over Ultimates for Carmine in the uppers. 4-3 over Dig. That would be a fun upper quarter.
Falcons Vitality lower round 1. That's sick.
Yeah, that would be a heck of a
That's a
match.
fun
And then
matchup.
Genji Furia. I would
I
really
like the
want to see
Genji
an
Fury
upset
take.
there.
Luke's bracket is
then-
I
actually
didn't
kind
have
of
an
fire
upset.
for like what we would watch.
Yeah, 100%. 4 and then
Wait, I just realized you have
Falcons
Dignitas
Ultimates.
beating Carmine Corp, but then NRG beating Dignitas?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that is a little delusional. If anyone's beating
is, and
KC,
I
I
want-
can't see them losing.
I
You're not
wanna
getting
go
the
to
you're not getting the
Dig.
energy win. It's not happening.
Because Atomic's gonna throw again.
No, just because
Yes.
NRG isn't gonna make it to even like the other bracket I made. I think NRG got top 4 as well. Like they didn't get to top 2 because they once again ran into ultimates in I think the semifinals, and I'm like, well, it's shock kind of thing.
Honestly, I'm
See,
actually
okay,
down. I'm gonna change
I
it.
Yeah.
I also had ultimates run into
No, you should stick
NRG,
with it.
and logically, I think the ultimates,
Oh, never
like
mind. I have them as well,
historically,
thank you.
the ultimates should win that at least as far as land goes. But I also I think ultimates. I just don't know how to feel about them. I want them to do really well, but I just don't know what to think about them.
Some people
Yeah.
don't want them to do well.
But yeah,
Well, yeah, I know that,
4-3
but like they have two of
Falcons
my
over
favorite players on the team. I
Ultimates.
can't not want them
No,
to do well.
Luke, I would say you should keep that bracket because like you should keep the bracket. Just make a new one if you want to change like stuff because like with my like
I'll just keep
do
it.
I
It's literally
bel
the only thing.
do I believe that Gentlemates is gonna make a top 2? Frick no.
No,
Did I make it? Yes. Do I think it could happen? Probably. It's very unlikely. Am I gonna roll with it? Hell yeah, I'm gonna roll with it because it would be fun.
See, that's kind of how I felt with my last bracket, where I was like, wild card goes up into the 2-1 round. Furia gets knocked out in like 14th. Heck yeah, this is fun. Let's go with this.
Also, do you know the reason why I picked Energy over Dig? I actually remember my thought process now. It's because NA
Season
crowd.
5. Oh.
And you see,
I-
Yeah,
yes,
but
I knew that I knew that was going to be the logic, but also NRG has not been that great this year.
And
what do you
the
mean? Jack
crowd
is
doesn't
American.
seem to really do much. Jack is American.
I mean, I would if it ends up being an NRG Dig grand final, I would.
Haven't
be
they all
so
played
happy
in
either way.
NA?
Yeah, all 3 of Dig have played in NA.
So yeah, they're an NA
Oh,
team.
so it's a full NA grand.
We get NA versus NA. Come on!
Come on!
Come on!
So the last time Joris and Fizzy were in NA, they were terrible.
Here,
Yeah.
like if this were to happen, the
in some ways,
4-3
Jack.
over Carmine, that would be probably one of the most legendary series of all time.
It could be. It depends on what happens in it.
I will write on my whiteboard, where did the blue wall go?
That'd be hype.
Yes.
Dude, I'm hoping
whatever.
they should let me bring the whiteboard in, right?
Yeah, people use whiteboards all the time.
I can't see why not.
I really wanted to have Genji get to semis, but I was like, I can't. They're not winning against Dig.
I also told Connor I need to make a bracket based off of the teams I want to see.
Yeah, no. See, okay, one of the big things about this major that I've talked about is I don't have a ton of teams overperforming, but I do have several underperforming that I just don't believe in. Like I don't think a team was like actually okay. I rescind that statement. I have one team that I think can really overperform, and it's Space Station. But everyone else, I'm like, you'll do about what I expect you to. And then there's Dig, who I have no faith in, Furia, who I have no faith in, and Gentlemates, who I'm like on. You have actually
Also-
Diaz winning isn't crazy.
I have Diaz winning.
Yeah, I have Diaz winning 4-2.
I honestly don't know what to do with that one. That's just gonna be a really fun match
had
to
Diaz.
watch.
Yeah.
You know what we should
100%.
do? I just had a great idea. You should make something like, I'm gonna call it a blind bracket, where you start from the main event and you just put in numbers.
Oh, you sweet innocent child! You have not been here for years. This is Anu and I do this every single time.
Wait.
It is-
How would you do this?
So basically, you make a new. So let me screen share.
Anu and I do okay. For context, I'll explain what Anu and I do. We do a reverse coin flip bracket where we go online and we coin flip simulator, and we just put in the scores so the top is heads and the bottom is tails.
So as you see,
And we've
like
had the
let me
first
get
time
rid
we
of
ever did this, James Cheese almost won the event.
So
It was the
basically, I
greatest
go
moment
here
ever.
and then just be like, hey, 4-3, and then 3-4 and 4-1. But if you go and we do it all the way from Swiss all the way to this, and then you put in like either who would win or you can do random, and then just see what the frick you made.
See what happens. And then
Like,
do the
I'm gonna-
same there.
Okay, or hear
My
me
take-
out. You
My
just go
take
to
is coin flip it, because just doing 4-3 and all that stuff is not that fun. Coin flip it, because you will see the
No, the
craziest
coin flip on
result.
the coin flip on this side makes sense, but Swiss, I think,
No,
putting
coin
in
flip the
numbers
Swiss,
is
why not?
better.
Hold on, I wanna actually do this.
No,
One second.
because Declan, the way we do it is we flip if there's if it's best of 5, we flip 5 coins online, and whichever one has the
Oh.
most first gets it. So if say it's like 3 heads and 2 tails, but the 3 heads come first, it's 3-0.
Okay.
Anu and I do this every single event, and it's so fun. Because you just see the
Alright,
craziest
we're gonna
results.
do this.
The irony is that one time, one of those coin flip brackets was better than Anu's bracket.
Yikes.
Also,
Okay,
I know
hang
this
on.
is not going to be accurate, but my 0-1 round, I think for each of my things, I have 3-0.
Okay, so we go main event here first.
Oh, you're doing the Blast TV simulator thing.
Yeah, you
I've seen
can
that going
literally
around,
just
but I haven't
click
touched it.
shuffle. It's the same thing, just
What?
without the
Yeah, but
time.
Yeah, but it's not as fun because you don't see like all of it just fill. I don't know. It's
Bro,
just
what
a
are you doing?
vibe.
Mine
So,
almost had foot
heads
going
top.
3-0.
So we got
Nah,
heads
man, what are you doing?
top.
Bro,
It's
the
Hold on,
link I
Blast
I'm pulling up
sent.
your
TV
stream.
has
No, the link I sent.
Blast has a simulator
Oh, okay.
that you can just randomizes stuff, and you can just send it. And they did it for CS as well,
Yeah.
of course.
Wait.
Also,
So
shout
Connor,
out
if I'm doing
Vitality.
this, if
Oh,
I'm
this is
doing
who I
this
want to
coin flip
see.
style,
I forgot about this. It's not.
The
do I just do like heads, tails, and then?
No, what
Space
we would do is we
Station
would
win.
go to a website that has you can flip multiple coins. It's
Oh.
probably
Oh, okay.
underneath there. And yeah, you would flip. If it's best of 7, you flip 7. If it's best of 5, you flip 5. And you see whichever one comes out first. So if it's like, say it's 2 heads, a tail, and a head, and then like one more whatever, you just you put it in
Heads would
whichever
be
comes
the
first,
top team.
basically.
Tails would be the bottom team.
That's what we would do. Yeah.
Nah,
So
frickin', I
multiple
want to see
coin
WoW.
flip.
No, I want to see Zen.
Coin flip
Oh, okay, I
instant
already
heads or
hate this.
tails results.
Such a
Number of
better.
coins. Okay, so it would be what, 7 coins?
If you're doing best of 7, yes, it's 7 coins.
Okay, so then randomly flip coins.
Also,
We
I'll
got
send this link
tails.
again. Everybody should do it.
What?
Tails, 3
The 50/50
heads,
thing I sent you.
tails, heads.
Which one?
The one that
Oh,
was
that
like
one. Yeah,
TRK have a 1.5
yeah, yeah.
demo to death ratio.
Oh yeah, I did stuff with that. The one other thing
Also,
Anu and I do every time is we do an upset bracket. Where like if an upset is feasibly possible, we're predicting it.
This bracket is still actually somewhat accurate. It has FUT going out 03 and Virtus Pro going out 03.
well, yeah, because you don't care to see them.
Actually, Virtus Pro going 1-3 is not actually that unpredictable. It's not that unlikely.
No, going 03, and I'm like, some of these are like once
No,
you
I
get
know.
it,
I'm
it's like
saying
wild card.
I'm saying that VP can go 1-3.
I
Mr.
like how
Mouse
this is
Mouse
going to
Mouse.
turn out. This is going to be fascinating.
A Corp still somehow makes it sad.
Yeah, that was the other thing is that one time we just had
ESM
like GP winning.
wins.
Who wins? What?
ESM in my bracket.
Pog. Yeah, see what I mean? It's peak.
I know, but I didn't coin flip them. I just did random.
Oh
And
my
Anu's not here to
goodness.
vouch for me. It's sad.
We got a 4-0. We got 5-0.
Yep, I've had Anu and I. What we would do is if ever it was a clean sweep, we would literally put in 7-0 because that's happened a couple times.
Okay, so 3. Yo, this would be a game 7. Okay. First game 7. Oh,
We're
not
going
5.
to game
4-3.
7.
We're going to game 7.
Oh,
Now
that's
that
clean
dude,
sweep.
easy.
now that audio is just gonna depress me because now I'm just gonna think of Tyrese Halliburton getting injured.
And it's official, like he tore his Achilles, which wasn't surprising. It was pretty obvious.
Yeah, dude. The
I made
number
that.
of
I was
times
so
they
pissed.
showed that injury actually pissed me off. I was like, can
I
y'all
was so
stop?
sad. I
It
actually
was
was
so
genuinely sick.
many times.
All right,
Yeah,
Swiss
it
time.
was so brutal.
Number of
That was
coins,
so brutal.
5.
Sergio Perez.
Oh, okay, that makes it easy. So 3.
Yeah, and just seeing Tyrese Halliburton scream "no, no, no" was actually depressing.
Dude, that's what got me. Is
All right. Well, so that's the list, everybody. I appreciate you watching. We'll see when I stream next. I don't know. Maybe if I play Rocket League, I'll start streaming. But, yeah. We'll see how the major goes. See ya. Peace.